Hello boys and girls, mums and dads, anybody else who's watching. Welcome to Explorers episode 8. Episode 8 we're on. We are continuing today in our animal series, looking at different animals in the Bible and different stories with them in. And this is a bonus episode. This is the second one this week, so you're in for a treat. And to introduce the animal, we are heading straight over to Coyote Keith.
Whoa! Good day, boys and girls. My name's Coyote Keith, and you just caught me being chased by a giant crocodile. But I fought it off. What's this? We're out in the wild on Wildlife Explorers, and it seems like we've stumbled across another animal. Come closer. This here. This, if you don't know what this is at home, this is a beautiful sheep. Beautiful sheep. Oh, Struth, this thing is, you see it here? It should be fairly friendly if I go to it. Should be. As you see, the sheep, it chomps on grass. It just eats grass and grass and grass. It's a great effective lawnmower for you guys at home. And this thing, this will munch on grass all day. Now, there's a lot of sheep in Yorkshire. We're in the Yorkshire Dales. Well, we're not quite in the Yorkshire Dales. We're in Yorkshire. And, oh, man, there's a load of sheep in Yorkshire. 2.1 million sheep in Yorkshire. That's enough for every single house to have a sheep. And this is a beautiful sheep. Beautiful. As you see, the arms and the legs of the sheep, there's this beautiful, rich black colour. And, oh, it's a beautiful, soft coat of wool on the top. Now, it's time, boys and girls. Come here, this is a friendly sheep. It's time for Coyote Keith's quiz question. Now, the question I've got for you this week is, what is the most expensive sheep ever sold? The most expensive sheep ever sold. Was it £10,000? Was it £50,000? Was it £150,000? Or was it £210,000? Or was it £230,000? Well, it's one of those answers, boys and girls. You've got a few seconds now. Have a bit of an admiration of the sheep. The answer to the quiz question is £230,000. It was a sheep called a
Texel.
What?
Texel.
A Texel. The sheep was called a Texel tub. Texel tub. £230,000. That's all we got for this week in the wild. See you next week on Coyote Keith's Wildlife Explorers.
Well, not quite as dangerous as last week with the anaconda, but a lovely episode of Coyote Keith there with the little sheep. Nice little fella. Anyway, we are going to head straight into our story and look out for the sheep in the story. The story of Abraham and Isaac. Now, Abraham lived many, many years ago, and he followed and trusted the one true God. And God said to Abraham one day, he said, Abraham, I'm going to make you a promise. Look at the stars in the sky. There's so many of them. Well, that will be like your offspring. You'll have many grandchildren, great-grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren. But time passed, and Abraham grew very old.
Oh, I'm getting old now, and me back, it's not what it once was. It's starting to crick a bit now.
Abraham,
Who's that?
it is I, your God. You will have a child.
Me?
Yes, a son called Isaac.
I've kids! Oh, I can't have kids. I'm ancient, I am, and Sarah, my wife. How's she gonna have kids? Bah, she's old now, and so am I. I just don't think it's possible, that. No, I won't be having kids anytime soon. No chance.
Dad. Dad.
Oh, Isaac, hello.
What are you laughing at, Dad?
Oh, I'm just laughing at that time that God told me I was going to have a son, and I didn't believe him, but Joe, out pop you. And it is just a miracle, Isaac. You are a miracle.
I know, you are pretty old now, Dad, aren't you?
Oh, I'm pretty old now, Isaac. Alright, past 100 now.
Ah, yes, so, let's get on with the day's work then, yeah.
Right, you crack on, son. I'll just be there. Just take the big head up. No.
Then God decided to test how much Abraham trusted him. Abraham!
Yes, God?
Abraham, take your son, your only son whom you love, Isaac, and go to the region of Moriah. Sacrifice him there as a burnt offering on a mountain I will show you.
No. Isaac, my son. I'm going to have to trust God on this one.
Oh, Dad, why have you got me up so early?
We're just going to gather some wood, Isaac. If you come in here.
Some wood? Right.
Now, Isaac, here, take some logs.
Ah, yeah.
You just can put your arms out, that's it, good lad.
What? What are the logs for?
Now, you see, Isaac, God's told me that we need to go up and do a burnt offering up the mountain.
Okay.
So we're going to go and give God a burnt offering.
All right, okay.
That's it, there's a good lad. Now, you carry that.
I'll carry this all the way.
That's it, you carry that all the way up the mountain.
Right, okay.
And I'm going to carry the fire and the knife.
Yep.
Let's go.
Careful with the fire, because it's quite hot. So they set off on their way to the mountain. Abraham was obeying God's command. Oh, come on, Dad!
I'm coming.
You're taking forever, man. Come on. He wasn't very quick, though. Dad, come on. You've got to be quicker than that.
Hold it fast to the cannery. Come on, Isaac.
What's going into him?
Nearly there, Isaac.
Oh, can't wait.
Come on, Isaac. Oh, keep going.
Dad, it's getting really heavy. This wood is getting really heavy.
Yeah, you're doing a good job, Isaac.
Are we nearly there?
It's just the top's just there.
All the way up
just
there?
Just a bit further at the top of the mountain.
Dad.
What's up, Isaac?
Why are we going up here? And why have we left the servants back there?
Well, I told you, Isaac, God has told me that we need to go and do a burnt offering at the top of the mountain.
Okay.
Come on, Isaac,
So
a
I
little
suppose
bit
we should
further.
listen to what God says.
Oh, we need to trust in God,
Yeah,
Isaac.
okay.
Come on.
Right, finally we're making it up this hill. Oh, that's it. That's it. Oh, Dad, come on.
I'm on my way, Isaac.
Ah, right,
We're
hang
old
on.
Man, you know.
Let me just put the logs down. I'll come and give you a piggyback, Dad.
Oh, yeah, that'll be cracking.
Ah, up on. Oh, that's it. Oh, lovely. Oh, thank you. Way a bit more than the logs.
Oh, that was excellent. Thank you, Isaac. Oh, nearly at the top. Hey, up. Now, Isaac, if you just get the burnt offering ready.
Yeah.
That's a good lad.
Okay, I'll get the altar ready.
Well done, Isaac. And come back down here once you finish.
So Isaac made the altar. Abraham's heart was racing. Should he really follow and trust God this time? Dad, I've been thinking.
Yes, Isaac.
I've been thinking. I've got this ready now, by the way.
Oh, that's good, lad. Come down here, Isaac.
I've been thinking, Dad.
Just put your hands out for me there, Isaac.
Where's the lamb?
That's it.
Dad, where's
And if you just put your hands out.
the
good, lad.
lamb for the sacrifice? Where is it?
No, we just got to trust in God, Isaac. Don't worry. We're just going to trust in
We'll trust God, right?
That's it.
But we're doing a burnt offering, aren't we?
That's it. We're just going to trust in God.
So where's the lamb
it,
for us to?
We've just got to trust in God.
Dad, what are you doing to me?
We're just trusting in God, you see, Isaac.
What? What's going on?
He's a good lad.
What, Dad? What are you?
Isaac.
Where
No,
is?
Come on, Isaac.
Dad, where's this lamb?
Come.
What?
Just lay down, Isaac.
What are we doing? We're testing it out.
Trusting in God. Okay, Isaac. Now you stay still.
Dad, what are you doing? Dad,
I love
what?
you, Isaac.
Abraham, stop!
What?
I see that you trust me. Do not lay a hand on the boy.
Isaac, get up!
What?
Look there, there's a ram in the thicket. Go and get that ram, Isaac. That will be our offering. See, Isaac, we have to trust in God.
Yeah. The ram, it's over there. And so God provided a ram to take Isaac's place. Abraham had trusted God, even to the point of being willing to give up his own son. You're going to take my place. Come on, oi.
Come on, Isaac, let's go home.
Oh, man, quite a day.
You see, Isaac, you've got to always trust in God.
Yeah, even when it seems unlikely. So what is the story about this week? Well, the story this week is all about faith. But what does faith actually mean? Well, faith doesn't mean some fancy religious thing, like some people think it does mean. Faith is actually something that every single one of us puts into practice each day. So for example, stand up wherever you are. Now, if you're not sitting down, then this is a bit tricky, but you've got a good imagination, I hope. Now, stand up, turn around, look at what you've just stood up from. What do you see? Well, you see a chair, of course, or perhaps a nice comfy sofa, or if you were sitting on the floor, I don't quite know how this will work, but everyone imagine a chair. You imagine this chair. Now, we sit on chairs every single day, but did you know you have faith in that chair? You might be thinking, faith in a chair? Well, yeah, because you trust that that chair won't break and fall apart when you sit on it. That is faith. You're trusting that that chair will hold you. So faith is about trusting, but it's about a little bit more than that. But first, just remember back to the beginning of the story. What did God promise Abraham? He promised him a son. Now, do you think Abraham trusted God a lot then, or not very much? Well, he didn't trust him a whole lot, did he? He started laughing. He says, I'm way too old for a son. What are you on about? I am ancient. I'm nearly 100 years old. He didn't trust God all that much at that point. But did God keep his promise? Well, yeah, he did. And this is the thing about God. He always keeps his promises. Now, you wouldn't trust someone who lied to you all the time, would you? But we would trust someone who never lied to us. And God never lies. He always keeps his promises. And so he's trustworthy. And we should put our faith in him. We should trust him. But faith is about a little bit more than just trusting. Because remember back in the story, God spoke to Abraham again. And he said, Abraham, take your son whom you love, Isaac, the one that I promised to you, and take him to the mountain and sacrifice him. How do you think Abraham was feeling? What do you think he was thinking? If that was me, I think I'd be thinking, what is God talking about? Why should I trust him here? This sounds crazy. He promised me this son, and now he wants me to sacrifice him. But God was testing Abraham's faith. He was testing how much he trusted him, and the way he did it was by seeing whether Abraham would obey him, whether he would listen to him. And well, remembering the story, Abraham, he took Isaac, he took him to that mountain, and, well, he was willing to even kill his own son. But God intervened. God yelled, he shouted out, stop, stop. You see, God never wanted Isaac to die. He wanted him to live. And well, God never wants any of us to die. He wants us to live. He wants to save us. He wants to rescue us, not punish us. And so because Abraham was willing to trust God
with everything, God provided that sheep to die in Isaac's place. He made a way for Isaac to be saved. And many years later, another son would climb a hill with wood on his back. He would trust his father. He'd do what his father said. He wouldn't struggle or run away. And he was going to die as a sacrifice. But there wasn't going to be a sheep to take his place. No, this man was described like a lamb, like the Lamb of God. It was Jesus, God's Son. He died in our place. He was like that ram, sacrificing his life so that we could be right with God, so that we could live. And all we've got to do is trust God. We've got to have faith. That means we've got to put him first. Just like Abraham was willing to give up everything to follow God, we have to be willing to give up everything to follow God too. So, are you going to do that? Are you going to put God first in your life?
Well, another great story, and now it is nearly the end of the episode. I know it's sad times, but you know what time it is first? It's Crafty Competition. Now, Crafty Competition this week. Well, for this whole series, actually, I already told you what they're going to be. Each week, we're looking at a different animal, and what we want you to do is make a little craft of the animal that features each week. So hopefully you're already making your little snakes on a pole. Don't forget to send them in. This week, I want you to make a little sheep. Or it could be a ram, it could be a male sheep. Or you can do a female sheep. Or you can do a little lamb. Up to you. But anyway, make a little sheep, take a picture, send it into the email address that will come up with your name and your age or whatever, just whatever. And send it in and we'll show them. Probably next week we'll do a big showing of a load of the snakes and the sheep. And then here's the best thing about it. You can put them up in your room or something, and then you can look at it, and every time you see that sheep, you'll think, oh, that reminds me of the story with Abraham and Isaac. Oh, and this is what that meant. Blah, blah. And then we'll have that for every different story, and you will know every different story really well. That's it for this week. See you next week for the next episode. Episode 9 we're on next week. See ya.